Many moons ago, when the Wii was inching towards its end, I played a multiplayer game that changed my perception. The game in question was Go Vacation, a game that featured 4 pocket worlds and 50 activities to explore. It was a huge achievement for the system and something that I found fun to play. Now, in 2018, the game is making a return on Nintendo Switch. Can everything that impressed me back then still blow me away now? Obviously not, but it is still a good time. Go Vacation sees you traveling to Kauai Island, where 4 resorts are waiting for you. These are the marine, city, snow and mountain resorts. Each come with their own ways of transportation, activities and pocket world to uncover. There's a little something for everyone, which is quite impressive. The game immediately steers you towards activities, but finding the nooks and secrets in the world will grab you even more. Coming back to Go Vacation on a new system, it made me realize how this managed to remain entertaining. I get a sense of joy by cruising around, doing the things I like, and understanding the world that Bandai Namco has built. There will always be a smile as I go with a snow tube to the top of the snow resort. The pure adrenaline of getting down fast is enjoyable in droves. After that thrill is settled, I just hop off and look around the area. You really jump from moment to moment, which is honestly the best thing about it. The activities aren't too bad either. You have your standard stuff like tennis and shooting galleries, but there's also a lot of wacky stuff present like water gun battles. One thing I won't understand, however, is the removal of certain events. With stuff like dancing and sword fighting missing from action, I do miss some of the silliest fun I had with the original. Initially though, the activities included won't leave the greatest of impressions either. You are presented with one run that you are required to play through. Once you get over that hump, multiple options and methods become available as a result. A good example of this is Motovest. It starts with a pretty easy and underwhelming car race, while afterwards harder courses and vehicles like motorbikes become available. The approach harms the experience in my eyes. You are forced to go through one pretty lame version until you get to the good stuff. Some players might not even realize that there's more to do after returning. Even with this re-release, I will never understand how going from one option to a dozen makes sense. Go Vacation forces the easy versions on the player to unlock more resorts, additional options and fully customizable houses. The Kawaii Stamp Dash, as the process is called, is completely unnecessary, I feel. Giving a family the full suite of possibilities would make it much more accessible for multiplayer. Because yes, Go Vacation really depends on its multiplayer component to carry you through. While it's totally playable on your own, and there are tons of secrets to uncover, you would pick this up to play with friends. The game supports up to 4-player split screen, which has a strong overhaul from the Wii release. The independent movement performs better on Nintendo Switch, no matter the vehicle or action that they are partaking in. On top of a strong split screen experience, multiple Switch consoles can also be used together. Naturally, you will each need a copy of the game, but progress will be saved on your own system. Another important overhaul from the Wii game are the controls. The developers went back and improved the controls in everything present. There are now motion and button options for each of the games, and it's all mapped proper to the control scheme that you're using. Some of the original Wii controls felt a little off at times, but a simple Y press to accelerate will help the vehicle possibilities a ton. Even with just a Joy-Con, the stick and a few buttons are enough to get you going. With that all being said, the lack of right stick controls on dual Joy-Con or Pro Controller is something I don't get. There were limitations on how this could work on Wii, but there's no excuse for it on the new system. The presentation, for better or worse, hasn't been hugely updated. Go Vacation can look striking at times, in particular during evening sequences, but there are things that show its age. The plans are multiple laps of flat textures overlaid on each other. Just to give an example, the experience has been a resolution bump, which does give some aspects that cutesy feel, but it just doesn't feel overly impressive. The music and performance of the title remain top notch though, so I was able to look past these faults. Go Vacation remains a fun game from beginning to end, therefore I'm rewarding the game with a liked it a lot. Sure, it does show its age a bit, but the overall experience is what matters. The improvement in controls and multiplayer performance really shines through and make for one big extravaganza. Sadly, you will be stuck playing through the initial versions of the activities, which only go so far. Once I got over that hump, I found myself just having a good time with friends and family. In the end, that is what matters the most. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay subscribed to GameXplained for more on Go Vacation and other things gaming too. See you later, bye.